Imagine the sky going dark in the middle of the day, the sun disappearing behind the moon and casting an eerie twilight across the land. A total solar eclipse is one of nature's most spectacular and rare sights. On April 8, 2024, a historic total solar eclipse will sweep across North America, plunging parts of Mexico, the United States, and Canada into daytime darkness. This extraordinary celestial event has astronomy enthusiasts buzzing with excitement, but it also has experts issuing critical safety warnings. In this fact-packed video, we'll explore why there are so many precautions surrounding the 2024 eclipse and what you need to know to view it safely. We'll discuss how this eclipse differs from the memorable 2017 eclipse that captivated millions, and for those new to eclipse chasing, we'll cover the basics of what causes a solar eclipse. So stick around as we share essential tips to help you get the most out of this unforgettable experience. Whether you plan to travel into the path of totality or catch a partial eclipse from your own backyard, the 2024 total solar eclipse is one celestial show you won't want to miss. The Great North American Eclipse of 2024 will be a spectacular celestial event that will grace the skies over North America. Often referred to as the Great North American Eclipse, it will cast its ominous shadow across the continent, momentarily turning day into night along its path. This awe-inspiring phenomenon occurs when the moon perfectly aligns between the Earth and the Sun, completely blocking the Sun's light and creating an eerie twilight. The eclipse's journey will begin in Mexico at approximately 11:07 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, making its first landfall on the Pacific coast. As the moon's shadow traverses the country, it will cross into Texas around 1:27 p.m. Central Daylight Time. From there, the path of totality, a narrow strip of land where the sun will be entirely obscured, will cut a swath through the heart of the United States. States fortunate enough to fall within this path include Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. As the eclipse makes its way across the continent, the duration of totality will vary depending on location. Skywatchers in places like Nazas and Durango in Mexico, and Kville and Fredericksburg in Texas, will be treated to an impressive 4 minutes and 26 seconds of total darkness. While the entire North American continent will experience at least a partial solar eclipse, only those positioned within the 100 to 125-mile wide path of totality will have the privilege of witnessing the unforgettable sight of a total eclipse. This celestial alignment is expected to draw millions of eclipse enthusiasts to prime viewing locations along the path, with cities, towns, and remote areas bracing for an influx of visitors eager to immerse themselves in the moon's shadow. As excitement builds for this once-in-a-lifetime event, officials across the nation are diligently preparing to manage the challenges that come with such a significant surge in interest. Travel warnings and advisories surrounding the 2024 eclipse highlight the potential strain on infrastructure, resources, and public safety. With millions of people expected to flock to the path of totality spanning from coast to coast, one of the most pressing concerns is the anticipated traffic congestion. As eclipse chasers descend upon the narrow path of totality, roads and highways are likely to become severely overwhelmed. This is particularly worrisome in rural areas where infrastructure is often limited and two-lane highways are the norm. The sudden influx of vehicles could quickly lead to gridlock, making it difficult for emergency vehicles to navigate the congested roadways and respond to emergencies efficiently. To alleviate these risks, state and local authorities are strongly urging residents and visitors to plan ahead, recommending stocking up on essential supplies like food, water, fuel, and medications in the days leading up to the eclipse. By doing so, individuals can reduce the need for last-minute trips and help prevent shortages at local stores, which may not be equipped to handle the abrupt surge in demand. Officials in Lorain County, Ohio, have warned that the increased pressure on local resources could lead to a depletion of food and fuel supplies. In addition to traffic-related concerns, the strain on emergency services and healthcare facilities is another significant worry. Large crowds inherently bring a higher risk of accidents, injuries, and medical emergencies, and rural hospitals and clinics, which often operate with limited resources and staff, may find themselves overwhelmed. To address this issue, some areas are proactively deploying additional medical personnel and resources to strategic locations along the path of totality, ensuring they are better prepared to handle any emergencies that may arise. Communication is another critical aspect that officials are addressing, as thousands of people attempt to share their eclipse experience through phone calls, texts, and social media posts simultaneously. Cell towers may become overloaded, posing an inconvenience for visitors trying to stay connected with loved ones and raising concerns about the ability to contact emergency services if needed. Mobile service providers such as T-Mobile are taking proactive measures to minimize disruptions and ensure reliable connectivity, including deploying additional cell sites and conducting real-time network monitoring to identify and address any issues promptly. The strain on local resources has led some officials to take extraordinary measures. In Texas, Kerr County Judge Rob Kelly issued a disaster declaration on March 4, expressing concerns that the influx of visitors could drain food and fuel supplies and strain city and county infrastructure beyond capacity. This declaration enables the county to access additional resources and funding to better manage the challenges associated with the eclipse and ensure the safety and well-being of both residents and visitors. Schools within the path of totality are also faced with a difficult decision: remain open or close for the day. While the eclipse presents an incredible educational opportunity, student safety and logistical concerns must be taken into account. Many districts have chosen to close for the day, citing potential traffic gridlock and the risk of students damaging their eyes by viewing the eclipse improperly. By closing schools, officials aim to reduce the burden on local infrastructure and ensure that students can safely enjoy the eclipse with their families. Even pet owners are being called upon to take precautions during the eclipse, as the sudden darkness may cause animals to exhibit unusual behavior such as increased anxiety or confusion. Experts advise keeping pets indoors during the eclipse and providing them with a safe, comfortable space to retreat to if needed. Pet owners should also ensure they have an adequate supply of food and any necessary medications on hand, as traffic congestion and crowding may make it difficult to reach stores in the days surrounding the event. As April 8 approaches, officials are working tirelessly to prepare their communities for the unique challenges that the Great North American Eclipse will bring. By issuing warnings and advisories, they aim to promote a safe and enjoyable experience for all those who wish to witness this awe-inspiring celestial event. Through careful planning, coordination, and communication, authorities hope to minimize disruptions and ensure that the eclipse remains a cherished memory for years to come. As you prepare for the Great North American Eclipse of 2024, take heed of the warnings and advisories issued by officials, plan ahead, stock up on essentials, and be patient with the inevitable challenges that come with an event of this magnitude. Remember, the eclipse may be fleeting, but the memories will last a lifetime. While the 2024 eclipse may share some similarities with the 2017 total solar eclipse that captivated the nation, there are notable differences between the two events. These distinctions make the upcoming eclipse an even more remarkable and highly anticipated occurrence. The Great North American Eclipse of 2024 and the Great American Eclipse of 2017 both share the distinction of being total solar eclipses visible from the United States, but several key differences set the upcoming event apart from its predecessor. One of the most significant differences is the timing in relation to the solar cycle. The Sun undergoes an 11-year cycle of activity with periods of solar minimum and solar maximum. During the 2017 eclipse, the Sun was nearing its solar minimum, characterized by fewer solar flares and coronal mass ejections. As a result, while viewers were treated to a breathtaking view of the Sun's corona, the star's activity was relatively quiet, with streamers of light restricted to the corona. In contrast to the 2017 eclipse, which occurred when the Sun was near its solar minimum, the 2024 eclipse will take place during a period when the Sun is approaching its solar maximum, a time of heightened solar activity. During this phase, the Sun's magnetic field is more complex and turbulent, much like a tangled hairball. This increased activity will likely make the Sun's corona appear even brighter and more spectacular, with streamers visible throughout. Viewers will also have a better chance of witnessing prominences, bright pink curls or loops of plasma emanating from the Sun's surface. If luck is on their side, observers might even see a coronal mass ejection, a massive burst of solar material occurring during the eclipse. Another significant difference between the two eclipses is the apparent size of the Moon. The Moon's orbit around Earth is not perfectly circular, so its distance from our planet varies over time. During the 2017 eclipse, the Moon was slightly farther from Earth compared to its position during the 2024 event. The closer proximity of the Moon in 2024 will make it appear about 5.5% larger than average, resulting in a longer duration of totality. In 2017, the longest period of totality lasted for 2 minutes and 42 seconds near Carbondale, Illinois. However, during the 2024 eclipse, totality will last up to an astounding 4 minutes and 28 seconds near the Mexican town of Nazas, Durango, and the nearby city of Tanquo. Even as the eclipse moves across the United States and into Canada, many locations will experience totality lasting well over 3 minutes, with some areas enjoying more than 4 minutes of daytime darkness. This extended duration will offer skywatchers a more immersive experience and additional time to appreciate the celestial event. The path of totality is another aspect that distinguishes the 2024 eclipse from its 2017 counterpart. While the path of the 2017 eclipse ranged from about 62 to 71 miles wide, the 2024 eclipse will have a significantly wider path, spanning between 108 and 122 miles. This increased width means a larger swath of the continent will fall within the path of totality, making it accessible to more people. In 2017, an estimated 12 million Americans lived within the path of totality, with an additional 150 million people residing within 200 miles of it. For the 2024 eclipse, however, an estimated 31.6 million people already live within the path of totality, not accounting for the countless visitors expected to travel to prime viewing locations. The eclipse's path will pass through 13 U.S. states, including major cities like Dallas, Texas, and Cleveland, Ohio, as well as hundreds of smaller towns and communities. This increased accessibility means more people will have the opportunity to experience the unparalleled beauty and wonder of a total solar eclipse without having to travel far from home. The 2024 eclipse also differs from the 2017 event in terms of the regions it will traverse. While both eclipses crossed the United States from coast to coast, the 2024 path of totality will begin in Mexico, pass through the central United States, and end in Canada's maritime provinces. This trajectory will offer a unique opportunity for international cooperation and celebration as three nations come together to witness this rare celestial event. Additionally, the 2024 eclipse path will intersect with that of the 2017 eclipse in southern Illinois near Carbondale. This intersection, dubbed the Eclipse Crossroads, will create a roughly 90,000 square mile area where observers will have the incredible opportunity to experience two total solar eclipses within just 7 years. Cities like Carbondale, Illinois, Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and Paducah, Kentucky will be at the heart of this celestial coincidence, drawing astronomy enthusiasts from around the world. Scientific research and public engagement will also set the 2024 eclipse apart from its predecessor. Since the 2017 eclipse, advancements in technology and the launch of new solar observing spacecraft, such as NASA's Parker Solar Probe and the European Space Agency's Solar Orbiter, have provided scientists with unprecedented insights into the Sun's behavior and structure. These missions will complement ground-based observations during the 2024 eclipse, allowing researchers to compare and contrast data from multiple vantage points. Additionally, the 2017 eclipse served as a catalyst for increased public interest in astronomy and science education. Building upon this momentum, organizations and educational institutions are planning extensive outreach programs, workshops, and events leading up to the 2024 eclipse. These initiatives aim to engage students, educators, and the general public in the excitement of scientific discovery and inspire the next generation of scientists and eclipse chasers. As anticipation builds for the Great North American Eclipse of 2024, the unique combination of factors, the Sun's heightened activity, the Moon's increased apparent size, the extended duration of totality, and the wider, more accessible path, make this eclipse an unmissable event for millions of people across North America. With the lessons learned from the 2017 eclipse and the advancements made in the intervening years, the 2024 eclipse promises to be an even more spectacular and meaningful experience for all those fortunate enough to witness it. While the Great North American Eclipse of 2024 and the Great American Eclipse of 2017 are both incredible celestial events, the differences in timing, duration, path, and scientific context make the upcoming eclipse truly extraordinary. As we prepare to once again stand in the Moon's shadow and marvel at the Sun's ethereal corona, it is clear that the Great North American Eclipse of 2024 will be an event remembered for generations to come. Up next, we will explore the basics of solar eclipses, including what causes these awe-inspiring phenomena and the different types of eclipses that grace our skies.